We are all doing life, but who knew it could be this funny? Thanks for checking out our podcast. It's Doing Life with Maria and Chad.
And Chad, I found out that my little husband, and a famous country star actually have something in common.
My favorite part is you're referring to him as your little husband. I don't think a man likes to be referred to as little in any way.
Well, just my little sweet pea and a famous country star have something in common. I cannot wait to share it with you guys coming up later on in the podcast.
Sweet pea doesn't make it any better.
You are a liar. You are a fake.
Maria and Chad present.
Is this for real? Do you ever fake it?
Get the fake out.
That was a fake.
I think I'm for real.
We're going to start here today, Maria. Put your wits to the test. Figure out if you can read into my mind and figure out which headline I made up, which is the fake headline, okay?
Okay, got it.
All right. The thing is with this, it is, since it's Get the Fake Out, we do fake prizes. You can win anything you want, but it will be fake. What would you like to win today?
I would like to win, because we are in Arizona, a lifetime supply of sunscreen.
I like that. I am the sunscreen Nazi. I always wear the sunscreen. So,
well, and I want the spray kind, not the lotion kind, because the spray kind's way easier to put on.
So I wonder and this is just getting sidetracked here, but I wonder if that gives you the cancer. The spray stuff going up your nose and your eyes, like. I use the spray kind too because it's easier, but that is a nasty smell if you get it in the wrong spot, don't you think?
I like the smell of sunscreen because it smells like coconut. It smells like the beach.
Oh, you're buying the expensive stuff. I get the cheap one. All right, here we go. These are the headlines. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 headlines today.
Oh my God. Okay.
Grab your pen and write them down. Number one, figure out which one is fake here. Dog sucked out of home in tornado returns hours later.
Okay.
A woman says a gust of wind made her pregnant.
Likely story.
Weird Al Yankovic. He owes his career to Elton John.
You love Weird Al.
I do. Number 4. Inventor of I Can't Believe It's Not Butter launched a new producer. Oh, no, hold on. Take 2. The inventor of I Can't Believe It's Not Butter launched a new product called I Can't Believe It's Not Vodka.
Oh my God, that's funny. Okay.
And number 5, there's now a support group for women named Karen.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I think I got this one.
Oh, okay.
I think I got this one.
Okay.
The support group for Karen, that's true. And by God, those Karens need it, the way things are going now. Weird Al owes his career to Elton John. That is factual as well, because I read that and I immediately thought of you because you are Weird Al's biggest fan.
He is one of the greatest musicians of our time.
Yes, or not. The gust of wind, the woman who got pregnant from the gust of wind, I read that as well. And I don't know the whole story. I'm sure you will share, but I don't know if she was married and like, oh, I'm pregnant. I don't know what happened. It was a gust of wind. And the baby wasn't her dad's, or her husband's.
Ooh, that got weird. Gotcha.
Okay, so now I'm kind of stuck. The dog sucked out of a tornado, out of the house because of a tornado, or I can't believe it's not vodka. Okay, who's going to buy something that really isn't vodka but tastes like vodka? Because you're not going to get the buzz. So I'm going to have to go with, yes, the dog was sucked out of the house. No, the inventor of I Can't Believe It's Not Butter does not have a vodka substitute. All
right. We're in a situation where Maria could earn herself a lifetime supply of sunscreen. Is that
yes?
If you are correct?
Yeah!
You are correct!
Yeah!
Nice
Yay,
job.
Me.
You did it. Speech. All right.
I would like to thank the internet for all the research I've done.
All the hours and my loss of vision from staring at screens. All right. Let's go through these stories because they're all fun. Let's start with Karen. There is a lady that is trying to support Karen. She's from Michigan. She's trying to help. And it's because Karens have had a rough couple of years. Simple, right? I did make up, I can't believe it's not vodka. That's the fake one.
That's a good story, though, by the way. Good makeup.
Thank you. Weird Al owes his career to Elton John. That is real. He actually bought the Goodbye Yellow Brick Road album, and as a kid, emulated Elton using his accordion because of the keys. Like, he would watch Elton on TV or whatever, and he started playing with his accordion, and he thought his accordion would be a good rock instrument. So that's how he owes his career to Elton. So moving on. The woman that says a gust of wind made her pregnant. This is her story. She says she was in her living room, felt the gust of wind, and then her belly started growing.
Oh my God.
That's true. She had a healthy baby girl. Bit of a whirlwind relationship, if you will. All right. So I know, bad dad joke. All right. The last one. The tornado happened. The dog was sucked out of the home. I got this whole story because I wanted to tell you all the details about it. The star of this story, her name is Brittany. She has a little Yorkshire Terrier named Penny. And the dog actually gave her a warning something was wrong. So she sat up in bed. She realized that the power had gone out and that it was storming outside. And then her dog started to alert her to something else. And that's when she heard that noise that you always hear about when you hear about tornadoes, where it's like a freight train coming.
Yes.
So within seconds, she says the so-called train sounded like it was just outside of her bedroom. She didn't have time to concentrate on anything but protecting her son, who was there in the bed as well. This is a quote from her. When I looked, I didn't have time. If I had waited a second, me and my son would have been out the back door. I didn't have time to grab little Penny.
Aww.
It was an EF3 tornado that ripped the homes off foundations and knocked an 18-wheeler over. A couple of miles away, that was the worst destruction. So she was a couple of miles away from the epicenter of this EF3. The twister lifted Brittany's house off the ground, blew mirrors off the wall. The winds then sucked Penny, her little dog, out the back of the house.
Oh, my God.
So she pretty much decided Penny's gone. That's the end of Penny. A few hours later, here comes little Penny. She was shivering, traumatized, but otherwise unharmed. Turns out that Yorkies are very durable. She survived the tornado. So
she's a lucky Penny.
She is there you go. Did you? Speaking of pennies, did you ever have the loafers where you put the penny in the shoe when you were growing up?
I think I probably did. I wasn't really a loafer girl. That was a little too preppy for me in those days. I was more into the punky stuff.
Chuck Taylors.
Yeah, and printed jeans. I had jeans that had palm trees on them that everybody thought was weird, but I liked them. I was a weirdo.
You wish you still had them?
Yeah, kind of, actually.
Yeah. Everything's old is new again.
Exactly. So, listen to this.
What's that?
You heard all the weird stuff that happened in Texas, right? All the crazy snow and everybody is frozen and everything is shut down.
It was horrible. I mean, yeah, the frozen stuff, people not having power. I mean, not being able to go to the restroom indoors. It was. Did you see the people having to go outside to go number 2?
No, I didn't see that. But I do know my husband was in Texas when all of this was happening.
So he was there because his dad passed away recently, right?
Right. So his dad passed away.
Yeah.
And so he went to Texas to see his sister and her family and his mom, because his mom lives in Texas.
Right.
And they were going to move mom from this 2-bedroom apartment that's in a assisted living community and move her to kind of a 1-bedroom that had a little more help because she's getting up there as well. So he went to visit. He was supposed to come back on Monday. He did not make it home until Friday. His flight was canceled 4 different times. That's crazy.
Did he enjoy the extra time in Texas, or was he like, I got to get home?
Oh God, no, you couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, the roads were completely shut down. They were so icy. Restaurants weren't open. The grocery stores had lines out the door because everybody's trying to buy, water and toilet paper. I don't know what they were buying.
Everything, yeah.
But I read my husband and Tanya Tucker actually have something in common. Now, Tanya lives in Texas as well. what these two both had to do, because water pipes froze all across the state, is they had to take snow from outside, put it in the bathtub to melt it so they could flush the toilets.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
I saw some of the pictures of people, like their fish tanks were frozen solid. And you were talking about the icicles indoors.
There was somebody in Texas, they showed a picture where apparently they had a leaky roof. If they didn't know it before, they know it now. And the water was leaking because the snow was melting off the roof, was leaking through the ceiling fan. And there were 12-inch long icicles hanging from the ceiling fan inside their house. That is crazy.
So let me ask you, because this is the way I envision it. Your life is like a romance novel. When your husband returned home and you saw the light come through the front door, did he wave his hair around and then just rip his shirt off and embrace you? Was it like that?
Slow motion?
Yeah, very much in slow motion. He's still moving in slow motion, not because of this.
You know, what's funny is there may have been a little romance because I hadn't seen him in a week.
Yeah.
But on a side note, he is still cold.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to sit outside and enjoy some wine on the patio and light our new fire pit. And he's like, I am freezing. We're going inside. So as far as the romantic fire pit wine, did not happen.
Well, he's done cold for a while. He'll come back around. I know you sent me a picture. You've got you just had your backyard redone, and now you've got patio furniture back there, and it's everything that you wanted, right? There's nothing you would change about the process?
No, it was awesome. I love our backyard now. I can't wait. That's why I kind of asked you what you were doing this weekend. I was thinking, maybe you guys can come over for happy hour, but you guys already have plans.
Well, it depends on how late George's track thing is on Friday. We'll figure that out after the show here. Let me do this. I want to give you a present. You know the podcast I do that's my solo podcast called That Just Happened.
Yes.
I wanted to play it for you and everybody else that listens to this podcast. Because you know what an earworm is, like when you hear a song and you can't get it out of your head?
Oh, yes.
This is from my latest podcast. I played a piece of a song, and I promise you, when you hear this, it will stay in your head all of today and maybe the rest of your life, okay?
What if I don't want to hear it now?
No, you do. But so before I even play it, we all know the song Little Story About Jack and Diane, John Cougar.
Two American lovers. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Here we go. This is just about the middle of my latest podcast.
Time.
Oh yeah, that just happened.
Comes up right after this.
Oh yeah, that just happened. Oh yeah, that just happened. Oh yeah, that just happened.
Since I did promise you at the start of this podcast I'd play for you a song that will be stuck in your head. Well, we all know the hit Jack and Diane. Here you go.
Sucking on a chili dog, sucking on a chili dog, sucking on a chili dog, sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on a chili dog, 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 chili dog. Sucking on a chili dog.
Chili dog.
I can't get that song out of my head. I played it for my daughter before I ended up putting it on our podcast. I wanted to see if she thought it was funny. She thought it was the greatest thing. She went to school and played it for her friends. It's a YouTube buddy of mine named Tom McGovern. If you want to find him on YouTube and subscribe to his channel, he does jingle work. And he actually sang this in his closet. And he was before the pandemic, he was a piano bar guy. So he would play at the piano bar. So he just keeps continuing.
Sucking on a dog, sucking on a chili dog.
So this afternoon, you're going to be sucking on a dog, sucking on a chili dog. It just gets in your head. And I thought it was really funny.
I got to tell you, I am so glad you played that. That is the funniest thing. And yes, it is now stuck right there in my head.
So my aunt and uncle growing up owned the Tasty Freeze in my hometown. And that was their favorite song because it mentions the Tasty Freeze. It's the only song ever that mentioned the Tasty Freeze. By the way, if you liked that and you want to subscribe to my other podcast, besides the one that I do here with Maria, you can go to patreon.com/TJH for That Just Happened. So patreon.com/TJH. check that out.
I'm very proud of you, by the way. I think that's awesome.
It's been fun. I think I told you it was weird at first talking to myself because I've talked to you for so long and been part of ensemble shows for so long. But I think it's getting better. I'm enjoying doing it. It's a different thing than what you and I do, and I look forward to it. So,
well, good deal. So I have one more story about my husband.
Okay.
He made me cry, but in a good way.
Okay.
So when he was in Texas visiting his mom and his sister, it was over Valentine's Day. And he specifically went that weekend because his mom's birthday is on Valentine's Day. Okay. And we kind of talked. I'm like, I didn't get you anything for Valentine's Day, just so you know. And he goes, oh, I didn't get you anything either. I'm like, okay, perfect. We'll call each other on Sunday and say I love you and blah, blah, blah. Lo and behold, I go out to the mailbox. My husband had mailed me a Valentine's Day card ahead of time so I would get it while he was gone.
That is super sweet.
Isn't that super sweet? And then I'm going to show you the card and I'll read it. I'll just kind of go like that. It says, Candy Heart messages for couples who have been married for a while. We've been married 22 years. I did the dishes. I bought that toilet paper you like.
It's so true. That's awesome.
And what's funny about that one is I bought the generic toilet paper and like a week beforehand, he's like, okay, don't buy that again. Get the good Charmin stuff. So that was so appropriate. I'll try not to fart in bed tonight. We both fart in bed. I like that shirt. Your meatloaf is the best. I filled up your car. And on the inside, it says, still wild about you.
Aww.
And then there's another little heart in the corner, and it says, we're out of milk, but he crossed out milk and wrote wine. I can't see it. Is it on there? Okay. But it was the sweetest card, and I totally cried. I wasn't expecting it. It was really one of the sweetest things he's done in a long, long time, and I just love it.
That's awesome.
So,
congratulations. Please pat Eric somewhere for me for doing a good job. You pick the spot. Just pat him. Give him a little pat. I
did that already, but I'll pat him again.
Well, tomorrow, whenever he recuperates. I have some funny names for snowplows. This comes from the great people of Minneapolis, or actually the whole state of Minnesota. Oh. They were trying to name some new snowplows that they had. And so they had this contest. You remember like when they were naming a boat, it was Boaty McBoatface, that sort of thing?
Yes.
So,
yeah.
So, of course, somebody who didn't have an original thought entered Plowy McPlowface, which is kind of funny. But some of these are really good. There was Plow Bunyan, like,
Oh, that's a good one.
Plowing in the Wind. This is good because, it's Minnesota and Prince. They had Purple Snow was one, but this one's even better.
Oh.
Raspberry Beret. Like Burr?
Oh, those are great.
Sir Plows a lot, like Sir Mix-a-Lot. Lots of Star Wars ones. Snowy Wan Kenobi. C3P Snow. Ain't Snow Stopping Us Now. What else did we have? Fast and the Flurry Less.
Oh, that's cute.
For Your Ice Only. Let's see what else we got here.
I get what they're doing, but I really like Sir Plows a lot because that's actually a name of somebody, not just like a song.
Yeah. What else is funny on here? Frosty the Snowplow. This is you know what a hot dish is? That's like a Minnesota thing with like tater tots.
Yeah.
They had tater tot hot dish. They kind of make them local. They're trying to. Some of these I don't even understand because I'm not from Minnesota. Goldie Snowfur, Darth Blader. That's good.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that one's good.
Duck Orange Truck. This is kind of silly. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. I thought of you because I know you like that kind of stuff. So I was like, I got to tell her.
I love that stuff. Very punny.
Yes, that is the way to put it. Exactly. So here's the deal, Maria. We do the final question. Before we get to the most recent, the new one for this podcast episode, I always like to go back and go through some of the messages, some of the best ones that we received via Facebook or on the voicemail. And on our last podcast, the final question was, what's the funniest or strangest thing you've Googled lately? And your answer was?
Well, I do a radio show in Saginaw, Michigan on WKCQ. And when I was doing my show prep, there was a story about a sled library. And so I Googled sled library Michigan. And what's funny about that, as I kind of go off track just a little bit, apparently my boss Jason in Saginaw happened to listen to that particular podcast. And he's like, hey, thanks for shouting us out.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Tell him to share it with a friend. That's cool that he's listening.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, please, if you're listening and you like the podcast, tell a friend about it. Try to grow it either on YouTube or whatever podcast platform you listen on. My answer to the thing that I had Googled as of our last podcast, I was telling you that I had Googled the bandage that Nelly wears on his face. Because I was going
that's right.
This birthday party was dress as someone from 1995 to 2005. And so I figured Nelly was pretty easy to just put a bandage on my face. So the party was fun. We did karaoke, and I did it horribly. Like typically, I do Careless Whisper. And then I ended up doing the song that you and I have sung together from A Star Is Born.
Oh, Shallow?
Shallow. I did Shallow with the birthday girl, Shannon, and she was great, and I was just horrible. I'll admit it. That was like the first thing the next day. I looked at my wife, and I'm like, wow, that was bad. But everybody sang, so that's the key to a karaoke night. But we did get a message. This is from Ryan. Again, answering the question, what's the funniest or strangest thing you've Googled lately?
Hi, this is Ryan Relenko. Giving you a call in regards to my post on your Facebook posting, and I had posted that the weirdest thing that I had looked up on the internet was findadeath.com, and I actually do it quite often because I'm pretty interested in how celebrities have died. So if I feel like looking up, hey, how did Fred Astaire die? Or, hey, how about Mr. Brady? Then I go to that website, and I can usually get quite a bit of information and probably a lot of stuff that I never knew about them. Maybe a lot of stuff that I never wanted to know about them, but it's a really informative site, and I kind of have a little bit of a morbid streak. So I love stuff like that. I love looking that up. I like going to find celebrity headstones, tombstones, all that good stuff. So, yep, that's what I do. Anyways, thank you. Bye.
So cute. So you like Steph.
And me.
Yeah.
I think the three of us could be best friends.
Exactly. Findadeath.com is the website that she recommended if you want to learn about dead people and where they died or how they died. Have you ever been to a celebrity's grave site? You ever visited one?
No, I don't think I have, actually.
The only one that I think, I've been past, like, we took tours in LA where they show you, like, famous cemeteries. They just kind of point them out. But when I lived in Fort Wayne, we took a day trip to James Dean's gravestone.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it's in his hometown. So, like, you can go to his boyhood home. I mean, there's really nothing else in that town. It's just like a stop off the interstate. Interstate 69. Woo woo. So we did that. And then I'm trying to think. So we did the tour. It was called Graveyard Tours in Hollywood, where they show, like, where horrible things have happened. Like the Manson stuff, and this is going back quite a few years, but I can understand Ryan's fascination with that, and thank you for the message. We'll give you our phone number in just a second if you want to answer the new final question, but let's do this. Let's get into it officially.
The final question.
So the new final question for this episode, Maria, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Do you remember the very first album, whether it's record, cassette, CD, that you bought with your own money? Your parents didn't pay for it. You spent your own money because you really wanted to have this album, music-wise.
I think, and this was in Wisconsin. I believe I was in Milwaukee. I bought Blondie, Heart of Glass.
Blondie, Heart of Glass. And that has Heart of Glass on it. What else do you remember? What other songs are on there?
I have no idea. I cannot remember.
Probably all the hits.
But I remember going into the record store with my dad and my brothers. And I asked my dad if he would buy it for me. And he said no. And so I bought it myself.
So this was a
I think
tough
that's the
one.
story.
You know that I'm a huge music lover, and I think I owned certain music, but this was like 45s and records. And actually, I remember getting stuff at like garage sales that my parents would pay for. But I think the very first album that I bought was when I was gifted a CD player. I was given a CD player, but I didn't have any CDs. And so I was borrowing my sister. She had some CDs. So we went to the mall and I bought the latest Run DMC album at the time. It was Tougher Than Leather. And it wasn't like one of their big hit ones, but I remember how cool I thought it was that this music was coming out of this little disc, and I just played it to death. So that was the first one.
Speaking of CDs, did you ever join the BMG Music Club?
My dog did too. My dog joined, my imaginary pet bird, the Columbia House Record and Tape Club. I did that one too. Oh yeah. Yeah. There's some on Facebook here.
Gosh.
We have some great comments. Amy bought Slippery When Wet, which of course is Bon Jovi. Capri bought the Erotica album from Madonna. Woo. Meet the Beatles. Johnny got that as his first one that he paid for himself. Let's see. Thriller on cassette, says Shannon.
Nice.
My sister had this one. The Footloose soundtrack on cassette, Marcy says. A lot of Michael Jackson, Thriller. Beastie Boys, License to Ill. That's Kira. AZ Joel. Does a 45 I bought count? Yes, let's see what he says here. Click on it. He bought Ballad of the Green Berets. Huh.
Wow. Okay.
White Snake on here. A lot of people buying Van Halen, The Police, George Harrison. You can always comment on the final question on our Facebook page, which is at Maria and Chad. Or you can call us and leave a message, and we will play your messages on our next podcast.
I have the phone number ready.
Okay, do it in jingle form.
424-235-3657.
That is amazing. I'm going to have you do it in reggae style in just a second. I want to give the question one more time. Do you remember the first album you ever bought with your own money?
Reggae style?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Or country style.
424.
Keep going.
235. Drink a beer. 3657.
I think our work here is done. Give us a call. Looking forward to your messages.
Thanks again for listening to Doing Life with Maria and Chad. Follow us on Instagram at Maria and Chad and Facebook. You can now listen for free in all these places. The radio.com app, on the iHeartRadio app, Spotify, the Amazon Music app, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, Pandora, Podbean, and of course, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single episode.